the biggest weakness you have? You know it. Now who's your best friend? Who tells you not just what good things you have, who also tells you what? What are your weaknesses? And one of my weaknesses is I speak too fast. You know, I used to speak so many words a second, it was crazy. I could be working for an auction. I was that fast. But I've slowed down. And I've slowed down because I've taught myself speaking fast. Now, for us Pakistanis, that may not be a problem, but for a Gora, when I speak, they just look at my face like, whatever you said, man, doesn't matter, because I didn't get it. And expand your horizons. How do you expand your horizons? How do you expand your horizons? Do you know what expanding your horizons mean? Learn about other things. Okay? Now, you look at one of those newspapers that we get here in Pakistan. How much international news is in there? Maybe about 5%. That's the worst source of news. You look at Pakistani news channels, the same problem. If you need to expand your horizons, you need to be doing what? You need to be watching Bloomberg. You need to be watching CNBC. You need to be reading Times. You need to be reading New York Times, the Wall Street Journal. You need to know what's happening in the world. Why do you need to know that? If you're going to work for someone who is a national company or international company, do you really need to understand what this company is all about? What is their background? Right? If you need to land a job with a multinational company, the more you understand how the system works, where their corporate office is, the better your chance of getting a job. Expand your horizons. Get out of the shell. Pakistan, don't consider yourself that you are going nomadic. You need to hop out of it. You need to hop. I'm not saying leave Pakistan. I'm saying live in Pakistan, but learn about the rest of the world. It's too big. And we can't limit ourselves just to what's happening out here. The best advice I ever got from someone was, do not read the newspaper in the morning, because you'll be depressed all day. Read the newspaper at night before you sleep so you can cry yourself to sleep. That's how I feel when I read newspapers here. Sheikh Chili, remember him? It was a story of my time. We still talk about Sheikh Chili, right? Man, I love Sheikh Chili. Smart guy, really smart guy. We make fun out of him. It's not to be made fun of. He's a smart guy. What was he thinking? Ek anda, then murgi, then bakri, then bhans, and then more chickens, and then more eggs, right? Yeah, and that guy was very smart. The only problem he had a problem with his neck, right? What did he do? He just did like this with his head, right? That destroyed everything. But making a plan and believing and trusting. Sheikh Chili was trusting in himself. But he was saying that from this chicken, there's going to be hens, and then there's going to be goats, and then there's going to be cows, and I'm going to be a millionaire. That guy believed in himself, right? And he had a plan. He knew how to get there, right? He started small. Now if you can't dream, you will not succeed. And if one dream dies, dream another dream. If one dream dies, dream another dream. There is nothing wrong with dreaming. There's nothing wrong with planning. And let me tell you, one of the best things you can put as a practice, one of the best practices in life, is that don't spend time without thinking. Empty mind is the house of who? Shaitan, right? The devil. Devil's playground. What you got to be doing is you got time, work on some project. Think about some business that you want to start. Think about something you want to do. You know why these art guys, I'm associated with them. You know why I'm impressed with Pakistanis is because of these kids. And they are kids for me. They're youngsters. There are 5, 6, 7 of them. Every time I see there's somebody new in there. But what they're doing, they're collaborating. They're bringing people from all the worst backgrounds. Right? They're saying, all right, what do you got to bring to the table? Come on in. We got room for one more person. What can you do that we can't do? This person says, well, you know, I got connections here. Says, let's go work that way. It's about bottom line. Used to be the less people, we had that Punjabi saying that Tija Galyani, Chuga Galyani. How many of you guys have heard that Punjabi saying? That you bring in a third person and you destroy it, right? That's not the case anymore. You bring in the third, the fourth, the fifth, the millionth. The more people comes, the more network, more resources. Okay? So what you do is you sit down with a bunch of your friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sit down with a bunch of your friends and come up with some business plan. There's always something you can do. This is so much creative stuff. You know, I'm so impressed when I came back after 20 years back. I haven't been to Pakistan since 20 years. I just came back after 20 years. Until the flight that landed in Lahore, PIA, I was told by the air hostess, "Oh, lower your expectation, this is a bad place." You know what? I'm impressed. I am impressed. I'm not impressed from our old people, man. I wish they would go retire or something. But I'm very impressed by you guys.